To Devion our Sajano, welcome. Today we explore something truly fascinating. It is so small you cannot see it with your naked eye, but it holds the power to create new life. Yes, an almost magical little particle. What could this be? Any guesses? Let us unlock this mystery together. We are talking about the world of spores. These tiny wonders are all around us, always working. Such an important part of our biological world. Now you might ask, where do we find these spores? Well, they are practically everywhere, Apmanengi. Floating in the air we breathe, hiding in the soil beneath our feet, resting on the leaves of plants. Many living things make these spores. Fungi, like the mushrooms you might see, produce billions of spores. Beautiful green ferns also reproduce using spores. Even some tiny bacteria can form special tough spores. They are nature's little messengers, constantly on the move. Are all these spores the same? Ek hi jaise hote hain kya? No, bilkul nahin, not at all. Different kinds of living organisms create different kinds of spores. Each type of spore has its own special purpose. Fungal spores, for example, will grow into new fungi, helping them spread and find new places to live. Plant spores, like those from ferns or mosses, grow into new plants. And bacterial spores, they are the ultimate survivors. Built to withstand very harsh conditions, waiting for a better time. So many types, each with a unique story. So why are these spores so very, very special? What makes them so important in the grand scheme of life? Think of them as nature's tiny microscopic seeds, or perhaps like little astronauts traveling to new worlds. Their main job is to help life spread far and wide, and also to help life survive difficult times. They can wait patiently, sometimes for many, many years. Ek choti si cheese par kitne kamal. A small thing, but so many wonders. The spore is truly a masterpiece of nature's design. Let's learn more about them, shall we? Now, we know what spores are. But do these tiny travelers always journey alone? Sometimes, yes, they are like solo adventurers. But very often they prefer to stick together. Imagine not one, but thousands, even millions of spores. All moving as a single unit, a collective force. This fascinating phenomenon is what scientists call spore aggregation, or you could say a spore assembly. A team of tiny life-bringers, ready for their mission. It's quite a strategy, isn't it? Why would these microscopic spores want to group together? Kaya Fida Hai Ismain? What is the benefit? Well, as the wise say, Ekta main Shakti Hai. There is immense strength in unity, you see. When many spores land in a new place together, their chances improve. They have a much better chance of finding enough food, a better chance to establish a new colony and grow successfully. It's like a small community helping each other out. Teamwork makes the dream work, even for spores. Nature is indeed very clever in its ways. What do these amazing spore groups, these aggregations, look like? It can be very different, depending on the organism. Sometimes a spore aggregation might look like a tiny cloud of dust. You might see it when a puffball mushroom releases its spores. Poof. And millions of spores fly out together in a visible cloud. Other times they form more organized, structured groups, almost like a tiny, well-planned city built entirely of spores. These structures can help with dispersal or protection. Truly, a sight to behold under a microscope. So how do these spores manage to stay together? What is the secret behind their remarkable ability to aggregate? Is there some kind of special glue holding them? Sometimes, yes. Some organisms produce sticky substances. These substances coat the spores, making them cling to each other. A natural biological adhesive, if you will. In other cases, it's simply the way they are released. They might be packaged together within a special structure, and then released all at once as a cohesive group. Nature has so many ingenious mechanisms, Heiner. It's truly wonderful. So we've seen that spores can travel in groups, but what is the ultimate mission of a single spore? AAP Jana Chahenge, would you like to know? Their most important, their primary job is survival, to ensure that life continues, no matter what. Even when the conditions are extremely harsh and unfavorable, they are like nature's tiny little time capsules, patiently waiting for their precise moment to spring into action, awaiting the signal to begin their work of creating life. This resilience is what makes them so extraordinary. How do these tiny spores manage to survive such difficult conditions? It is truly remarkable. a wonder of the natural world. Many spores are equipped with a very tough, protective outer coat. Think of it as a strong shield or a tiny suit of armor. This coat protects the delicate genetic material hidden inside, from dryness, from extreme temperatures, even from radiation. They can also become very, very dry, entering a state of deep sleep. This state is what scientists call dormancy. So very clever. They reduce all their life activities to almost zero. And when the time is finally right, what happens then? When there is enough water, the perfect warmth, and some food, the little spore, our sleeping beauty, finally wakes up. This magical moment of awakening is called germination. The spore absorbs water, and its tough outer coat breaks open. And then it slowly starts to grow, to develop, into a new fungus, perhaps a mushroom, or into a new fern, adding green to our world, or it could become a new bacterium starting its life cycle. Life always finds a way, doesn't it? How do these tiny adventurers, these spores, travel so far and wide? They are truly world-class travelers, I can tell you that. The wind is one of their favorite modes of transport. A gentle breeze can carry them for miles and miles, even across oceans. Water is another great carrier for spores. Raindrops can splash them to new locations, or rivers can carry them downstream. And sometimes, believe it or not, animals help them travel. Spores can stick to the fur or feathers of animals, or even pass through their digestive systems unharmed, spreading the seeds of life to every corner of our planet. Now, a very important question arises. Are these tiny, almost invisible spores truly important? The answer, ladies and gentlemen, is a resounding yes, bahut zaruri. They are extremely important for our Earth. Think about nature's dedicated team of recyclers. Fungal spores grow into fungi, as we know, and these fungi play a crucial role in decomposition. They break down dead plants, fallen leaves and animals, returning essential nutrients back to the soil. They are the great cleaners, keeping our world healthy and balanced. What about the creation of new life? Are spores involved there? Absolutely. Spores are absolutely key to this process. Many types of plants, especially the ancient ones like ferns and mosses, they do not produce seeds. Instead, they rely on spores. These spores grow into new baby plants, continuing their lineage. And of course, all those fascinating mushrooms and other fungi. Every single one of them starts its journey from a tiny spore. Without spores, many beautiful and essential forms of life would simply vanish. So much depends on something so incredibly small. Do these microscopic spores affect us, humans, in our daily lives? Yes, indeed they do, in a multitude of ways. Some spores, it is true, can unfortunately cause problems. They can trigger allergies in sensitive people, causing sneezes and coughs. And certain fungal spores can even cause diseases in plants, animals, or humans. So we must always be aware and careful. But, and this is a big but, many spores are our friends. Think of penicillin, that miracle life-saving medicine. It comes from a type of mold, a fungus, that produces spores. Some spores are even involved in making delicious foods we enjoy. So, humnikar sika aj. What is the big takeaway from our discussion today? Spores may be tiny, so small they are almost invisible to us. But they are true titans, giants of the biological world. They are nature's amazing little packages of life, resilience, and travel. They ensure that life on Earth continues, adapts, and thrives. Through thick and thin, through good times and bad. Such incredible power, such vital importance, packed into such a small thing. Truly, it is a chamatkar, a miracle of nature. Remember the spore, the tiny giant.